Hey guys, I'm going to change it up today a little bit. My name is Matt Cox. I'm a realtor in Central Phoenix, and I wanted to go over this concept, house hopping. And essentially, what's really important about house hopping is the principle of leverage. And what the goal is to use FHA or VA home loans, which are owner occupant loans, to purchase residential multifamily real estate. Residential multifamily real estate is a classification of real estate that denotes multiple dwelling units. So, for instance, a single family home has essentially one dwelling unit, a single family dwelling unit. A duplex has one building with two dwelling units. A triplex is one building with three dwelling units. A fourplex is one building with four dwelling units. And the goal is to use owner occupant home loans to purchase the building, live in one unit, and rent out the rest. And what's beautiful about this process is because for owner occupant loans, okay, you can use these home loans to purchase these kinds of properties. Now, anything over 4 units, so 5, 6, 7, 8 unit buildings, is going into commercial territory. So that's some food for thought. Um, that being said, let's dive into an actual example. So some of the comment sections I was reading were basically saying, "How this isn't really worth it," or like they say that this I've never seen this happen and all this other stuff. It's been extremely competitive the last 24 months, right? But now with the changing, shifting market, buyers are extremely intimidated. So I think this is lining up a great opportunity, and let me show you why. For instance, right now, single family homes in Central Phoenix are going for approximately $580,000, which is still pretty unbelievable, especially for someone from Arizona. Um, yeah, if we go and look at this duplex right here, this is in Central Phoenix, and this duplex is was $400,000. I went to check this morning; it's actually sold. So, but we'll still use the numbers because did the effort of looking it up. Basically, 3.5% down with an FHA home loan. The mortgage would be $3,158. From there, if you lived in the one bedroom and rented out the two bedroom, but let's just go over the numbers. In theory, for this property, once you move out, you would net $942 every single month. But while you're in there, to acquire the building, you need to live in the building for 1 year with an FHA stipulation. Okay. If you don't live in it, you're basically committing loan fraud. But that's another topic. Okay. In this case, the goal is that you would live in the one bedroom unit and rent out the two bedroom unit. And essentially, your mortgage payment, if I did the math right, would be $588. So, if for $3,158, um, that's how much the mortgage is, with 3.5% down, and that includes principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and mortgage insurance. After you collect $2,600 of rent, this is what I did from doing a comparable market analysis, a rental comparable market analysis. $2,600 seemed fair. Then, if you live in the other unit, so you're not getting an income from it, but you essentially, your mortgage would basically be $588. Let me double check my math just to be sure. $558, which is astonishing. So now, in an era where houses are $580,000, you can see here that you could buy a $400,000 property that actually makes great income. Okay. And now you have a $400,000 asset that makes money versus a $580,000 asset that doesn't cash flow. So, do you see why I encourage most middle class Americans to purchase real estate, especially in an era when the middle class is trying to be replaced by artificial intelligence? It's the number of W-2 jobs is we're transitioning to like a gig economy essentially, right? So In the future, I think most Americans are going to go back to the system where, hey, we're going to provide value in exchange for money. And the value that we want to be offering in this case is a place to rent that isn't answering to a conglomerate apartment unit, right? You want a small mom and pop shop where you can negotiate and do little deals and be taken care of and not be neglected. Not to say that there are bad mom and pop landlords, but that's my goal, is to empower more middle class Americans to look at residential multifamily real estate. And that will do two things. One, bolster private property laws, because private property laws are civil liberties. That's really important. Okay. And number two is taking care of our neighbors. And then last but not least is eliminating slumlord culture. So I think if more people become landlords and learn how to invest in real estate, I think this is one way to eliminate slumlord culture. So I firmly believe as long as we have more and more people investing in real estate, the competition is going to be high and it's going to be really good ultimately for people who need to rent. Because at the end of the day, making sure that there isn't slumlord culture, you're going to see kids thrive, you're going to see more individuals thrive once we eliminate that way of thinking and way of doing business. So, all right, guys, I hope you found that enjoyable. And if you remember, FHA loan limits are $604,000 for duplexes. So for this property, by the way, if the loan limit for a duplex is $604,000, you're well underneath the FHA loan limit. So I think it's a great opportunity, and the numbers speak themselves. Now, there are dogs out there. Okay, there are some pretty bad properties, but the goal is to run the numbers and doing a rental comparable analysis, which is something I can help you with. In the description below, you're going to be able to get House Hopping, which is the ebook that goes through this strategy. And also, you're going to get a link. There's a link down there below of residential multifamily properties that are currently for sale in the in the entire valley. And basically, I filter it in a way that will let you know that these properties can be financed by FHA or VA loans. So for instance, if it's a $1.1 million fourplex, it's not going to be there, right? But if it's anything between 940 to 950, I'm qualifying that because we could probably might be able to negotiate them down to the loan limit. And it's around $900,000 for a fourplex. So food for thought. And I think this is a great opportunity for anyone who's looking to build wealth in real estate. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And my contact information is below. I'll see you later.